Mortimer Montgomery Duggan. He dug in his pockets and he pulled out venture capital. And he pulls out venture capital all the time for all kinds of things. And he's an older fella, but he's on top of it. It's taken him a bit of time to find assistants who can acquaint him with all these shenanigans that go on social media. But he's finally gotten a bit hip to the game because of all this stuff he's hearing in the news going on with Trump, and he could watch all these hearings on his phone while he's going to and fro in his car, and he just hits the Bluetooth and it's just on. It's very handy. So Mortimer Montgomery Duggan he has a whole lot of money right now put into companies that are going to be releasing all these video games about November and December 2024. They're starting to get a bit more expensive than he was expecting, the development, but he's being told they're going to be amazing. He's being shown some very, very good graphics, and now the characters are a little, they're a little odd, but he's from a different time. And but then there's something that he found this great thing. One of his old buddies started a YouTube channel, and he talks about stocks and bonds, and his friend really has gotten him very acquainted with social media. And so, they're on this Discord together, and they talk about stocks. It's a bunch of old guys who talk about stocks. Some of these guys talk about some kind of game called EVE Online. He's looked into it. It looks very complicated. Mortimer has a big family. He doesn't have all that time for that. He likes the Mario game. His grandkids love that Mario guy. And Luigi. He had a friend named Luigi. Did he tell you about him? Anyway, Mortimer likes knowing that he's putting lots of money into something like Mario and Luigi game. He's not really sure what the game's called. He calls it the Mario and Luigi game because his grandkids call it the Mario and Luigi game. It's very adorable. And now the characters he's being shown by his assistants, he doesn't really get them, but he figures this is probably okay. No, there's all these guys out there who play all kinds of crazy video games. And he knows because he has like a nephew over there in Tel Aviv who's constantly playing this video game that he's apparently made it so that it's like the IDF, that he plays the IDF character and he's always going after, terrorists and stuff, and Mortimer's a little, he's not terribly fond of that, but he gets it, he understands. Everybody has their walk line. He's been investing in entertainment for a long time. Some things work out, some things, pay off, some things don't. But he's thinking this is looking pretty good because he's got these people telling him about how there's like a whole new, way that the video games and all these different groups that have gotten together and that really he's starting to get this feeling that what these people want is kind of a platform for their video games to be sold on. This is some project apparently they're working on that, he's like, yeah, they mentioned it because he knows the score. They need some money. And so Mortimer's going to see how this goes. But he's hearing something he doesn't like. And that's the word cringe, because there's this young guy who trades stocks, and he's got a lot of money. And when he looked into him, he said, wait, what do you do? And he goes, I play video games. He goes, no, but I mean, what do you do? And he goes, no, I play video games. I'm on the internet and I play video games. They call me blah, blah, blah. And Mortimer's fascinated by this guy. Kid's really got a good eye for stocks and investments as well. Plays video games. Well, okay. What? Good on you. So if you could get the gig and keep it, And He's even watched the guy a couple times, and it's a clever young man, It's the people in chat are very strange, but he doesn't care. He doesn't understand that. And Mortimer's sitting there going, wait a second. So why is there a magazine that I'm invested in that's watching this guy and so he's starting to think about that. What is Kotaku doing? And then he's like, what is this cringe you're talking about? And they show all these people at this developers, video game makers conference, and they're all screaming at the sky. And he goes, what is this about? And he's like, oh, they're angry because of they don't like their jobs. And Mortimer is starting to think. He's starting to think really hard about, okay, this is going to pan out, right? He's starting to really wonder about where he's put his money, I'm figuring. And so I'm going to call the next section of this the Developers Christmas Massacre.